So the space race is fully on, and now Macron of France has a plan to use the EU space army to take on China and Russia in a new defense plan. As we know, China is really going very fast. Russia and China are joining together to go separately and together in their missions. Now, Europe, of course, is going, I don't even know what kind of space plans they have. They have the ESA that is going to measure the DART mission, the asteroid impact. The spaceship that NASA will send will impact the moonlet, and ESA will measure the force, the impact, and what's going to be the result of all that. But the space race is fully on. We know China wants to establish a station on the south pole of the moon before the Artemis mission, which is already delayed. So it's a full space race. The thing is, whoever dominates space dominates Earth. That's the reality of it. And I'm very sad indeed, that the United States, that has landed a man on the moon, is falling backwards in this. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron, I guess he's copying the Space Force that President Trump established. So French President Emmanuel Macron is planning an EU-wide space strategy that will aim to curtail China and Russia in the universe and in their space missions. It comes after France took over the presidency of the European Union Council on January 1st, and we know that every few years the presidency changes so that all countries can have a chance to become president, to have the presidency. Now it's France's turn. So high on Macron's agenda appears to be China and Russia's influence in space. He announced last night that he would host a meeting on Europe's space strategy next month with EU ministries. He told the Parisien newspaper, "I will make an announcement about our strategy." It comes 3 years after the US former President Trump officially launched, as we know, the US Space Force. Since then, many other countries, including France, Russia, China, and the UK, have launched similar entities, space protection, Earth protection forces. They aim to protect nations' assets in space, conduct military operations, and if necessary, engage in space strategies, defensive and offensive. So you get my meaning. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Also, we know we had images yesterday by China given to us of the latest Mars images of the North Pole of Mars, and everything looks so pink, even the ice looks pink, but you can understand how fast China is going. They're going fast because they're in a race with predominantly United States, because they are joining missions with Russia. Now, they aim here to protect nations' assets in space, conduct military operations, and if necessary, engage in space conflicts if need be. Now, Macron called for an EU-wide strategy on space as Beijing and Moscow have ramped up activities in space, joining missions as well. They have recently conducted military drills, including the launching of missiles, and have put the lives of their astronauts in danger. More concerning, Putin and Xi Jinping struck an anti-NATO agreement to cooperate in space for 5 years. As we said, these two countries will sign a new space cooperation program, and next year it will run from 2023 to 2027, a 5-year program. It will reportedly include the plan to create an International Lunar Space Research Station, ILRS, by the year 2035. It will also include plans to support the development of ground segment of the two countries' national satellite systems. It will come through Russia's GLONASS and China's Beidou navigation satellite systems, BDS, the Global Times reported, and it will see Russia's Roscosmos and China's National Space Agency, CNSA, working together for years to come. In the meantime, the U.S. Space Force installed a new radar system that it says will be able to detect objects the size of baseballs in orbit. It's wonderful to detect objects the size of anything. The thing is, how fast are you going to get to the moon and Mars? That's the race for our solar system. And if they start setting up satellites up there, they're controlling our atmosphere on Earth. I don't know if the Starlink satellite of Elon Musk will be able to do that. That's a question. What are the satellites that Elon Musk Starlink is going to? Is it only for internet for the world? I don't know. That's my big question. Now, the huge system here, dubbed the Long Range Discrimination Radar, LRDR, reportedly installed at the Clear Space Force Base near Fairbanks, Alaska, will detect these baseball-sized items in orbit in over atmosphere. It will support the U.S. missile defense system, provide precise data on its adversaries. The decision marks a significant milestone for the work of the U.S. Space Command and the developing arms race in space. And this comes after Russia's deputy foreign minister compared the tensions on Ukraine border to the Cuban Missile Crisis. That was the time where the world came closest to nuclear conflict. It also comes after Russia caught the U.S. off guard with an anti-satellite ASAT test. The Russian military destroyed the defunct satellite on November 15. It was blasted into more than 1,500 pieces, which are still around us, and causing disturbances and maneuvers by the ISS to forgo those pieces, striking it, and causing astronauts on board the ISS to have to shelter. Now, the test drew widespread condemnation by U.S. officials, which Russian officials responded by calling hypocritical given past American military tests in space. And to date, these four countries, U.S., Russia, China, India, have previously destroyed their own satellites in ASAT tests. And the Pentagon now calls for a global halt to ASAT weapon tests. Of course, all this debris in space is not going to be good for us. I mean, we're already polluted our Earth. God forbid we start polluting our atmosphere. So this is by Callum Horn Express UK. It's a very, very, very important space race. I believe that anybody that controls space controls Earth. And this is what a lot of top generals of the U.S. armed forces have also warned of. And that China, especially, is very, very advanced in their technology. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.